Hello Stampers, my name is Janet Pride and today I am here to show you some cards made with the August 2025 Sheetloads of cards. And I had been working, the first thing I always do is do a Sheetloads where I bring the paper pumpkin together with it. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the paper pumpkin smash, or when paper pumpkin meets Sheetloads. It's a series I have, and so I usually try to make a card using my paper pumpkin supplies using the Sheetload for the month. And so that's the first thing I do every month. And so I'm going to show you the August paper pumpkin, which is Farmhouse Florals, and if you have this one still, you could use it. It doesn't have a lot of options. Most of the supplies for this month, for the August paper pumpkin, were pretty much not really good to use. We had a card, blank card like this. We had a little template to go on top. We have a card like this one, and then we have a card like this one. So kind of, I couldn't really do Sheetloads with the design for this month with this. So what I did a couple of them, and that's all I was able to do for this month. So if you're looking for a lot of them, I was only able to make a couple for this month. So this would be the August 2025 Farmhouse Florals paper pumpkin meeting the Sheetloads of cards for August 2025. And this is the layout for that month. These layouts are created by Call Me Crafty Owl. She's on YouTube. If you'd like to download this template, you can download it on her page. You just have to subscribe, and then you can download the template. She has the cutting measurements and everything here, so I really don't talk about the measurements or the cuttings here on the video. This specific Sheetload yields 8 cards, and she also gives you dimensions for if you just want to create one card. So the supplies are all there for the information is all there for you to do your cutout. So if you notice, you have 4 strips that go in the center that are the same color, and then you have 4 strips that are in the outside that are the same color. So that's what I plan to do with the Sheetloads today. So I have created a couple of Sheetloads with the Stampin' Up! Paper pumpkin for the month of August. I used the stamp. This stamp here came with the set, and I used it to create on the cardstock, on the white one. I create actually, I think it was in the envelope. I created these little strips, and the strips are measured to the size that she recommends here. And then I used a circle. I punched out the circle also from the envelope, and I used that to make the circle. So this is what I did. I cut this strip out here, and I opened this envelope, and I did my strips from here. And then I stamped this. There's 2 colors there that I used from the colors for the stamp for that month's Stampin' Up! Paper pumpkin. They have the color gray granite, and I used Calypso Coral. So the other 2 colors is Darling Duckling, and actually it's more Lost Lagoon, Pecan Pie, and Secret Sea. So with this one, I created it with just Calypso Coral and Gray Granite. I used those 2 colors, and these are sayings that are in the stamp for this month that say, just a note to say you are loved, and I used the little flower that comes with it. So I think this one turned out really cute. And then I had some old some embellishments, gray ones, and I put them there. I'm not sure if they are actually gray granite. They might be a different gray. They might be Pebble Path. I'm not sure. but they came close to the color. So that's my first creation with the paper pumpkin. And then my second creation was using this right here. I basically trimmed it to the, so that I don't have this wavy side anymore. All along the sides, I trimmed it so that I didn't have the wavy side. And then I came down to the size that she recommended for these long strips. Came down to that size. And then I cut the side. This side here is this, if you can tell. And then I cut this side here is this, if you can see that. Then these flowers are this here, the purple flowers. And then the other flowers here is the other side of this one. So, and then for the Secret C color here, I used the envelope like I said earlier, and I cut out 2 strips out of here for this card, and I was able to create just 1 card by doing that. I created only 1 card. If I wanted to do more, I would have to you know, cut out some more envelopes, and I really like that, to keep the envelopes. So that's what I did. So you could do that. And I used pecan pie for the card, inside for the card, the outside of the card. And then I used the circle, and I did this in pecan pie, I'm sorry, Secret C. And then I did some Old Navy. I think these are Old Navy. Not Old Navy, sorry, Night of Navy embellishments. Have not finished that card, but this is the 2 cards that I have created with the August paper pumpkin for Stampin' Up! With using the Sheetloads layout. Okay, so those are the 2, and now I'm going to show you some that I created with old. I also always like to create some with old paper. And then the next one that I do, I create some with current paper. So that's what I'm going to show you. So these are what I already have cut. So like I said, the measurements are all already here. So all you have to do is cut this layout. And then you're going to use 4 6x6 sheets. So this one is not the whole sheet. This is just 6x6, which is awesome. You can make a small one amount. And so we're going to, what I have been doing is I used this old paper. This was a designer series paper, the Regal size. Not sure which year this was for, but I don't have the current. I only have this old set here. But they have a variety of colors in here, you know, all the colors in the Regal's collection. So I used Old Navy. This is Old Navy. So the way I'm trying to do it is I do the outside first. I glue this the shape for the outside first, all around. That way I'm eyeballing how tall this one is compared to this one, and then I leave the same distance from this side. And then I go here and I do the same thing, compare the distance. I look at here and see that I'm this far away, and then I leave that much on the bottom. And then I go here and I do the same thing. So this will be my outside color, the polka dots. And I'll look at this one to see that I'm even with that. And then I'll look at this one to see that I'm even with this one, okay? And then for the other one, it just kind of fits in between the 2. So you can have it, you know, it's not going to be like too short or anything like that, because you can actually lay it out in between the 2 and leave the same amount on both sides. And then the same thing here. We will put it here in the middle. I really didn't look at her video how she did it, but I just usually print out the template and make it myself. So I'm not sure how she gave instructions on how to lay it out, but if you lay out the outside strips first, then the inside strips will be much easier. So I'm doing the polka dots on the outside and the stripes on the inside for this one. Okay, so that's it. That's the first layout. Then the second layout, I'm using a little bit different. I'm using the stripes and hearts. So I will do the same thing. I'll go around and glue all of the strips down and kind of match it with the other one so it's even. And then put your glue there. Again, here we match it with this one. Just kind of aligns with it and keep it straight. And then the same thing here. We will align it with this one and there. And then we will put our inside strips. This one will go here. And I can put it in between the two and push it to the end so you align with this strip and that strip. And they're both, and it's in the middle. Okay, the same thing here. And here, let's do this one first. I love these. They have a beautiful designs on both sides. So I used some of my other cards I created. I used this back design here. So you can flip them and see which ones you like the best. All right, so that's my two sets there. I made a circle using an old punch, my 2 3/8 punch. If you have that, or if you have a die that has the size of that, you could use that. So I punched it out, and then I used the same flower that we had here for the Stampin' Up. I used that same flower for my layout here. And I use an old stamp set. This one's called Very Best Occasions. And I like to do an innie and an outie. So this one's had an innie and an outie. So I have said happy birthday, sending you smiles for every moment of your special day. And that will go inside. Okay, so I put happy birthday on the outside. I already put my half pieces of dimensionals because I don't use holes. And then I will put this in the front like so. And then we'll do the next one the same way. I usually, most of the time, I get paper pumpkins every month, so I have a lot of dimensionals leftovers that I use most of the time. So I barely ever have to buy dimensionals, really. Okay, so then I have this, and I want to make little polka dots, little embellishments. But if you run out of your embellishments, I wanted to show you something that you can try. I'm not sure if you've ever thought of this, but I have a little hole punch that I just ordered from Stampin' Up. This is a 1/8 inch hole. And I punched out three of them. And I'm going to use them as my embellishments for my card today. I'm going to put them on here. I do have some embellishments, but I wanted to use these, see how they would look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 3 dots here. 1 with the glue, 2 and 3. I'm not sure if you can see the 3 dots. And I'm going to put the little 3 embellishments right on there with my little piece here. Pick them up and put them down. That's 1, 2, and 3. And so this could be an option if you didn't have embellishments. You could do little polka dots. And that looks so cute. I love it. And we're going to do the same thing with the next one. I'm going to put 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to bring our little polka dots and put them on top. Oh, they're sticking. Because, okay, there we go. So I need to stick you here. stick you here. And I'll stick you here. All right. Isn't this so cute? I love it. And then we're going to do our sentiment inside. I'm doing, my contrast color is Old Navy. I keep saying Old Navy, and it's supposed to be Night of Navy. So I'm going to stamp the inside with the little words, sending you smiles for every moment of your special day. So I have my old ink pad for this one. And we will stamp it with our sentiment. Stamp it with our sentiment. And then we can probably put one of the little flower. What do you think? We can probably put this little flower in the inside for a little decoration. Or you can put, if you have more of these strips, you can actually put some of them inside. Like if you have a strip like this, you can put it in here like so as well. So I'll do that. I'll do one with that, and we'll do one with the flower from the set, from the paper pumpkin. So here's my flower. I'm going to put it on one of these, and I'll stamp it. So we'll do this one first. And we could put it right here in the corner. There we go. So we have our card ready to go. And let's do this one with a little strip of, let me close this before I put my hands all in it. We could do this one with a little strip of paper that matches. Well, it doesn't need, it's not going to match. I did the other one with it, so we'll cut it right here. I'm going to put a strip here of glue. So these are just two ways you can embellish it, the inside of your cards, with a message and a design. So both of these will work just fine. If it comes out a little bit, you just go in the back and snip it. So that's it. I think these are so cute. I'm going to do a different layout with paper that is in the catalog or on our. I think I got these little punches from our online specialties or whatever they call them store. So these are the cards I've created today. These are some that I have already created. So I had some glass. These are, I'm not sure if they still have these, faux glass dots. And this color looked a lot like mine, so I used that. I also had some old mini dots, so I used that in this one. So you can do it any size. I did from biggest to smallest. I did the 3 little ones here. I did 3 of the same, and then 3 of the blues, or the Night of Navy. So those are the cards I created today. And I'm showing you the ones that I created with the paper pumpkin supplies. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I will have some more layouts like this to show you how to make a couple more using a different paper, and to give you some ideas on how you can use your paper to design new cards and new layouts. This is so much fun. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time, next Wednesday. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.